Okay, everyone, we're back with the second game in the best of three finals of the Dota 2 Friends tournament. The last match was won by Old Monks, and they won the coin toss again, and they chosen second pick again, and Putang and Asigabal have chosen Dire again. So there's not a lot of difference when it comes to this, but I'm obviously when we get into the uh, uh, picking phase and banning phase, we're gonna see some stuff going on, and we are ready to start the game. Game has started. So I have been joined by Charane and Extra Asim, who, if they want to join the cast, they can obviously unmute and whatever, and they are free to join the cast. It's usually just me right now. Not usually, it's just me right now. Okay, so we go with the bans. Dire starting with banning the Snapfire, which makes sense. The last game Snapfire, that was really cool of Roman. He played really well. Old Monks ran Grimstroke because they don't want to play with or against that hero. It's probably the first first game in the tournament where Grim has been outrightly banned and like nobody has picked it. That's actually been a really famous hero. A ban of Night Stalker coming from Old Monks, and LS coming from the Dire. Jakiro's open, and we all saw how great the Jakiro was last game. He was, as we know, the carry.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Okay. Jam, just to tell you, I'm in your broadcast channel, so technically you moving the mice is something everyone can see. Not that I have an issue with it, just telling you.
What?
Yep.
Oh man.
Yeah. It's fine. No issues. See, I can move my mice too. Yay! But you can't see that. That's all.
It's fine, yeah.
Okay. So the first pick is Ogre Magi for the Dire. It sounds so creepy, na? Everyone can see you move your mouse. Old Monks are waiting on the pick. They're digging in the reserve time already for the first pick, which is interesting. They're thinking the strat, so they're thinking what do we want to go for. Oh, they open with the Sand King right away. This is usually a position 3 hero, but maybe Old Monks have a different plan for that hero.
10 seconds.
Maybe they want to play it 4 or something.
5 seconds remaining.
Disruptor.
The Disruptor pick coming from Old Monks. Interesting. So it's a Disruptor Sand King. So do you think it's a 5 Disruptor? Could be a 4 Disruptor. Actually, I think it's a 4 Sand King as well. You never know with Old Monks. Let's see what Putangana Sukablat have to respond for that pick.
5 seconds remaining.
They don't seem to have a particular strat in mind, so they are actually digging into the reserve time as well. There's some discussions going on for that. The Ogre is usually a position 5 hero, so that pretty much gives it up, just like the Disruptor was usually a position 5 hero as well. The most Disruptor can be flexed into his position 4, but I don't believe position 4 Disruptor does as much. What is the choice for Putangina Sukablat? If I had to say, they would probably go for a position 3 hero here. What's position 3? What position 3 is good against these heroes? It's not Axe, maybe. Bristleback? Yeah, it doesn't provide a stun. But then that's all the heroes I know, so what do I know? But they are really digging into their reserve time for this. They already spent more than a minute. They're seriously considering what to pick here. As like this is the make or break game for them. If they lose this, they lose the finals. Wow. They really took a long time and they came up with Slardar. Interesting. They might have a strat in mind for the Slardar.
Radiant team.
It's a jug ban from them for after the last game, a silencer for the old monks. Interesting. What does the diet go for?
Dire team ban.
A Dusa ban and a Slark ban from the Dire and the Radiant respectively. What? Maybe they just want to ban an AM, but the AM is not that good to pick against the Slardar itself.
5 seconds.
Interesting to see what they'll ban.
Radiant.
They ban the Spectre. I believe if it is not banned, the Ursa is probably a good pick for the old monks if they want to go for that. It's probably going to be Slardar and Ogre in the lanes. Like 2 melee heroes against an Ursa is not really a good idea.
5 seconds remaining.
And the Slug counters the Ursa as well, so maybe that is the plan for old monks. Let's see what they do. And then they ban the Ursa. I am great at 2k draft, boys. Please never doubt that. And if anybody doubts that, we'll just show them this clip. Wonder the Ursa is a good pick for them. I don't know why they banned it, but it's fine. They probably have an idea in their mind.
5 seconds remaining. Dire team.
The
Earth Shaker.
ES Earthshaker pick. Oh, this is to prevent them. Is the Earthshaker pick is probably to prevent the Dire from picking PL. Though picking PL into a Sand King Disruptor itself is not really
Dire team.
a good idea. And we have the Kenpachi staple Jakiro again. Dude was a beast in the last game in the early on. He did so much for his team.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Radiant team.
Faceless Void.
Dire team ban.
Invoker.
And the Invoker pick for Old Monks and Void for Putangina Sukablat. So I don't think they want to give them the Invoker Void combo.
10 seconds remaining. Radiant team ban.
Gyro has been banned by the Dire. They seem to have an idea as to what they want to and do not want to play against. Gyro seems to be called. Gyro just does give Old Monks a huge amount of team fight. Not that they're lacking in it in any way.
Ten seconds remaining. remaining. Radiant team.
And it's a morphling ban from the Dire. Interesting. I didn't even know that somebody on the Old Monks team played morphling, but I think they don't. They just don't want to take any chances.
Dire team pick.
And puck is the call from Old Monks. They don't want to play against a puck. They don't want silences and all that stuff. They don't want to deal with all that. So what do the Patangana Sigurlad go for? They go for a pudge. They go for the pudge. This is a mid pudge. Obviously an off lane Slardar, position 1 void.
10 seconds remaining.
Well, they do have a lot of lockdown that they did lack in the last game. But at the same time, it's interesting. And you know what? Maybe Pudge is the reason this series goes to a game 3. Like, obviously, I don't want any team to lose, but it would be really fun if the series went to all 3 games. So, the captains, please, if you're listening, of course you can't listen to this, but if you know me, you know my curse, you know how strong that is. Please, I'll send you my GPay details. Send me some money, and we can sort this out. Oh, and we have been joined by Raven. Probably just woke up because it's his birthday today. So happy birthday, Raven. Happy birthday, Vishwas. That is Raven.
Thank you so much, Suzuki.
And
Can you hear me?
yes, I can. Yes, I can. Everyone's looking at the stream, right? What is your opinion,
Oh, yeah.
Raven, birthday boy? Please tell us your opinion. Who do you
I
think?
haven't seen the drafts yet. Just give me
Ah.
1 second.
Okay.
Came online. Okay.
No, no, we don't Discord, right? Yeah. It's
Oh, they're going for a pudge in
Exactly.
best of 3 final.
exactly my reaction.
Yeah, interesting choices. I may say. I saw the last game too, and that was a great turnaround by Team Old Monks. Because I remember midway through the game that they were pretty behind,
Right.
and there was a lot of aggression coming in from Team Utangina Sika Black. But they did manage to turn it around, and that's how Dota is,
Right. It is.
But but great to see these unconventional drafts. I am looking forward to see how this match pans out. And great casting, by the way. Thank you so much for keeping us entertained.
Right. Oh. So, I think there is an issue here. Jan, can you come online?
Yeah.
The dire's been fogged out. I actually cannot see the dire. I can only see the radiant. And I can only watch their in-game view.
Oh, damn.
But this is a first blood on the Sven. The Radiant decided to go in. They used all of their stuns, they used all of their spells, and maybe this is a second blood as well on the Sand King. Yeah, he's probably dead. And yeah, Jam, you probably want to take care of that. I don't know how you do that.
I mean, the settings were same, right?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't change anything. I mean, I'm in your channel. I'm in your broadcast channel. Can I somehow change any of this? Can I disconnect and reconnect to this lobby?
Yeah, I think you will have to disconnect and reconnect.
Okay, I'll do that.
So you will get the view. Yeah.
I'll disconnect and reconnect. Just a small sniper boys, that happens. I actually cannot see the lobby now.
You clicked on leave the game accidentally.
Okay, you know what? We're gonna do this. Well, there was no way to for me. I would have to reconnect, but I would have still been in the same place. So what I'm doing is, I'll just watch. Yeah, I can't watch, can I? There we go. So, boys, we're gonna see the
Pause,
first blood
right?
again. We'll be on the delay. Don't worry, Jam. I got it sorted out.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just watching it.
I
Like
mean,
we'll
it doesn't
just.
matter. 15 minutes delay is fine.
Yeah.
30 seconds to battle.
I'm watching it on like through D3s because he's on my friends list. I'm just watching him playing the game, but now I put it on like not. I'm not watching live. That's all. It's working out. Okay. So we said the first blood again. This, yes, it was your own damn fault for going there, Chika. You're right about this. A pause has been made just like it was in the beginning of the stream, but we're good now. It's a 15-second loss, 15 packet loss for Shubham, the gamer. And while the pausing is going on, let's see who got the first two bloods. I think it was. Oh, both the kills went to the supports. Interesting. So, it's probably not that bad for the Radiant or for their mid players or whoever. Is it all of that went on the supports? And this is the Earthshaker harassing the Ogre, just doing Earthshaker things. Okay, so everyone's walking to their lanes. Lada's going bot. Sven's walking with his creep wave. Disruptor's going bottom, and the top lane is Ogre Void. It's not Jakiro Void, it's Ogre Void, and it's Jakiro Slardar in the bottom lane against a Sven Disruptor, and the top lane is against an Earthshaker Sand King. Two melee heroes against two melee heroes. So it's probably not as bad for either one of them, or rather, let's put it this way: it's equally bad for both of them. Yeah, I know, I'm funny, but the first lane itself, it's not that bad. It's 3-1 for the 3-1 in the mid. Invoker against Pudge, so the Pudge does hit harder. He has 78 base damage for the Invoker's 67, but he can outlasted the Invoker, and the lane's pushing into the top tower as well for the Radiant. And there's a pause again. The Void has disconnected. Yes, I mean, I don't think it was that shocking. He had a 15 loss. It was probably going to happen at some point. The Earthshaker seems to be stating things that are pretty obvious. People don't play into that. The Void has reconnected again. This is. They're still waiting. The game starting soon. On top, they see the ward. I don't think Earthshaker knows there's a ward, but he does have a sentry. He's probably going to be looking at them to rewarding that ward right away. The pull camp hasn't been blocked by the Radiant for the Dire yet, so they might be able to pull and get the lane equilibrium in the correct place they want to be. The Pudge has disconnected as well now. While we are disconnected, let's think about some things. What is Dota? Yes, it's an important question to ask yourself. What is Dota? Oh, They said go. They said go. Believe me, you probably do not want to hear my answer, so that's fine. But let's go.
Alright, hi Amay.
Hi.
I'm here to save you from your loneliness
Thank you.
and the viewers from your lame jokes.
Exactly. We needed to do that. Otherwise, they would have got an explanation of what Dota is from me.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I got scared.
Yes. My brain too big. And the mid's going fine. It's not. It's 8-1 for 5-1 for the Invoker against the Pudge.
Methinks he wanted that.
With
Last time
well.
this guy played Invoker, he owned the game, so I'm
Oh.
looking forward to that.
Alright. No. That's the fun. That's the fun part, though. This is not the same guy. This guy.
Okay, this is on the opposite team.
Yeah. He played Pudge
Right,
against
right,
us.
Right,
The guy who's played against us is playing Pudge again.
Okay.
And the game before this, he actually played Invoker and they lost that game.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
so
I did not watch that game. So.
Yeah, so Dire right now have to win this game or they lose the finals.
Dyer's courier has been killed. They always go after the courier.
Okay. So the first blood has already happened, so I want to ask about the first blood. Where do you think, if at all, we'll see any kills? What lane has the most kill potential, according to you?
Yes.
I feel like it might be top.
For the Radiant or the
Over-
Dire? Who gets the kill?
Probably probably Radiant can top, is what I feel.
Okay.
But depends on where Ogre is playing. Because killing
Right.
Void might be difficult for them, but they might get, if they get 2 stuns on Ogre, he might be dead.
Makes sense. On the bottom, are they going for the? It's really hard to go for the disruptor, especially if the Slardar is that far away early on.
And second hand Disruptor also kind of seems to be in trouble, but Sven can always help him out. If he gets his glimpse, he is not going to die that easy.
Right. Glimpse. I love that ability. And D3 is actually a really good disruptor player as well. So he probably won't see. You probably won't see a lot of him making a lot of mistakes. Ooh. So the lane has been pulled, and I don't think anybody's getting anything from here. It's like a Mexican standoff here. Who gets the last hit? Oh, the neutral creep got the last hit. Oh, this is cheeky Earthshaker plays, taking the last hit from the void. And the Ogre's rotating mid. Do you think they can kill him?
Yeah, Invoker might be dead here.
No, they used the hook. Oh, Invoker
nice,
is probably
but
dead.
still,
for
like,
this. Oh,
who
wait.
gets Budge? Nice.
Pudge died before the Invoker did, so that was pretty. I did not expect that.
They're
Interesting.
beating on Dyer's top tower.
Yeah. If the Fissure was like a little bit on the north side and Invoker was on the other side, he wouldn't have died, but it was kind of difficult to do that.
But I mean, this works out for the Invoker. He gets to go home after a kill. That's how
Yeah, it also works out for the Earthshaker a little
Right.
bit.
he gets free XP and some free damage on the Ogre as well.
I think Earthshaker before he came mid, he was like level 2 or something.
Right now he's 3.5.
At least, yeah.
Oh, the
Pudge
Pudge
was
rotated
bot.
bot and killed the Disruptor. Interesting. So the Pudge is making plays like 5 minutes into the game. And they're waiting to hook the Sven. There's the
Might be
Disruptor
able-
again. Okay, the
Nice dodge.
Yep, nice dodge. I don't think anybody's in serious trouble here. He has a hook back in 1 second. He'll probably try to pull someone. And they got the Sven! And the Sven's dead for this. The rotation does work out. It does take some time, but it works out. And the Sven will have to come
But
back.
the thing is, all this while Invoker is farming away.
Right, the Invoker is now level 6, but so is the Pudge. At 6 minutes into the game, Invoker is leading the net worth charts. So is the Sand King, who pretty much has a free lane, because what's a Void gonna do to a Sand King, who is at more than a level above him, by the way, for some reason, even though they have been solo for a long time. They're walking top. The Ogre's walking top. This Void's probably gonna get his level 6 off of this creep wave if the Ogre does not take the XP, which he will. To kill the Sand King, who's probably gonna. Who turns around. But I don't think they're gonna get the kill on the Ogre. Oh, they got the kill on the Sand King. I did not expect that to happen. And the Void now has a 6. So they can actually go for the Earthshaker as well at some point if they want to go for that. But the Earthshaker is faster. Now what's happening bot? Nothing much. The Slardar is level 5 on to level 6. The Disruptor's 5. Everyone's 5 here. Except the Jakiro's 4. Okay. There's some
I did
action
not
happening
expect
top.
Sand King, okay.
There's going to
Sand
be.
King
Oh,
not
the
leveling his-
Void is dead for this. So is
Both
the
of them.
Ogre. That was a really nice play by the Radiant. Did not expect that. The Void did
Yeah,
probably
but I
not
did not
expect that.
expect him not leveling his Sandstorm. Or he might have like lived or at least made them use some more resources to kill him earlier.
Right.
But this works out in like as soon as he comes back. So
The Radiant see the Pudge come, so they are going to be playing it safe.
Under attack.
It's there's a 4-hero rotation bot, and the Jakiro doesn't see it, but Jakiro's gonna see them now. He's probably gonna die for this. Does the Disruptor have glimpse? He does, but it's just level 1, and the Slardar dies. Jakiro survives, and the Pudge immediately rotates top, misses the hook, and the Sand King does have a Sandstorm, but you see him in a chrono. They do not have a dust. They have no detection, but they missed hook again, and the Sand King's in a corner. They see him now. He is dead for this, but he took up so much of their time, and 4 rotations and a chrono. So I would say that was worth it.
Dyer's middle tower isn't going to last long.
Okay, so the mid tower, CM was wrong. It is. I mean, I know it's not going to last long, but it looks good. The Invoker's going for an earn and Midas and bots.
Beating on Dyer's top tower.
Interesting. So he wants to keep on fighting with his team. What's happening bot? The Sven's farming. The Sven's choice of item is a Mask of Madness into Echo Saber. Nothing surprising there. The Void doesn't have a chrono for the next 70 seconds, so he needs to be careful. He needs to play careful. Is anybody rotating top to do anything? No, they're not. They are focusing on mid. There's a DD Invoker there. The Jakiro misses his Ice Path. And the tower's already at half HP. And the Invoker has done a great job at keeping the catapult alive, by the way. This tower is probably gone for this, and yes, it is. Yeah, the tower's gone. Do they have a glyph? If they have a glyph, okay, they do use the glyph. But that's not really helping them unless they kill the Invoker, who gets caught in the ice path and is dead.
Someone better help Dire's middle tower.
And the tower will probably get denied after all these efforts. So, in a way, it's good that they did lose the tower. I mean, they will lose the tower. But the Invoker died for this. So item progression stopped, and they are not gonna win neither tower.
Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this.
They actually want to. Oh, this is a disruptor ult used on the Slardar. Who will he die? He doesn't die. There's a great ice path from the Jakiro. He is not dying, and the glimpse back from the disruptor. The glimpse is just level 1 still. And there's the Sunstrike, which did not land where it was supposed to. While all of this is going, what is happening top? Void is still working on his Mask of Madness. I think it's on the courier right now. It is.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
He is struggling a little bit on the net worth, and the Invoker does get the middle tower after all of this, even though it was within deny range. So the Invoker is still going for the bots, and let's see what his plan is for the next, because while Sven farms, he has to get a lot of things done. Thankfully, he has a Sand King and an Earthshaker who can help him do that.
I'll take your tribute.
And the Disruptor is solo farming bot, while the Sven jungles. Void is in the lane as well. His level 9 to the Sven's level 7. The Sven is really struggling when it comes to levels, but he is doing well when it comes to gold. But the Void is really on his tail when it comes to the net worth. He's just 200 gold away. The good thing for the Radiant right now is even though they are trailing in kills by 5-8, they are still leading the net worth by 3k gold, which was something they were doing the last time as well. They were behind by like 8 kills and they were leading by 2k or 3k gold.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Okay. What's the chick? Obviously, he's probably going to go for a blink. He's at least 800 gold away from his blink, so that's going to take him some time. The Radiant have come to secure the bot tower. Radiant's making a rotation bot. Do they think they want to go on the Slardar? Slardar does not see them. But on the other hand, the Dire's coming to the Radiant as well, smoked up, and the smoke has broken. I think they know that there's someone there. They're going on the Sven. The Sven gets pulled back, but there's the silence from the Disruptor. The Pudge dies for this. He was able to use his ult, but he still died. The Sven dies for this too, but this is a great trade for the Radiant. They just lost one hero, and it is a 4-man wipe for the Radiant. And they almost got the Void as well. This was really close. Great response from the Radiant. And the Invoker has his vessel. It's on the courier right now. Earthshaker is 400 gold away from his blink after that fight. The Disruptor is going for a Force Staff. Ogre is going for Ether Lens.
Let's get on with it.
Slardar and Pudge and Jakiro. They are coming bot again. They do see the TPs obviously because they are not smoked. Sven's farming top all this while. Yeah, he is 0-3-4. He's not happy, but he is not as behind as you would have expected somebody who's 3-4 or 0-3 to be. The Void has his Chronos, but except for the Chrono, the good part of I guess the Dire team is except for the Chrono, they don't really have really long cooldowns. So every time, even if they don't have a Chrono, they can keep on pressuring the Radiant, keep on pressuring their heroes. And I think at some point they probably want to smoke to the Radiant in the bottom lane. They don't see them, obviously, because they don't have a ward there. But they do see the Invoker. They don't know there are 3 heroes behind them. And the Radiant probably wants to push the bot tower. Pudge is positioning himself there. He's going for a straight up Aegis right now. He's the hood Aegis Pudge, ladies and gentlemen.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Don't tell me it's coming. It's not coming to your pubs anytime soon. Don't worry. And if it does, I'll give you this guy's number. I'll give you this guy's Steam ID. You can, just have him banned. And there's a pause again. 43% packet loss. For too much loss for the teams. Okay, there's still G. No, this is why that guy's name is Fighter. 43% packet loss still says G. That's the real
Let
fighter
the
spirit.
fighting recommence. Radiant's middle tower shouldn't have to take this abuse.
The Sven's gonna clear the mid wave. That mid tower's lost more than half of its HP. The Pudge dies for all this meanwhile, and the Void's there. He's ready to chrono, but the Sand King just gets out of it, and the Disruptor is the only one who dies for this. Is there an Echo Slam coming for the Earthshaker? I think there is. The Void is dead. Sven is there. Slarda is dead too. They still haven't gotten the Invoker. I think the Invoker is probably gonna die under the Ogre effect, but it's so close, and oh, he does die. Meanwhile, the Jakiro dies for this too. And oh, the Pudge is right back, and look at the Fisher form. The Earthshaker does not allow the Pudge to use his ult. Oh, that was a really good hook from the Pudge. And there comes the Disruptor back again. The fight is still not over. Or is it? It is. They are not making any efforts to go in. Wait, the Slarda is running in. He has a blink. He has turned. He is being glimpsed back to his tower. And they see the Pudge. Oh, look at that movement speed on the Slarda. That is some insane stuff. Oh, the Slarda has the DD as well, but he probably knows that the other heroes are coming to the mid, so he is going to play it safe and farm his jungle. What is the Void doing? Void's going. Void already has a Maelstrom and Mask of Madness. The Invoker has changed his inventory. He's going for a Scepter before his bots. Interesting. So at 18 minutes in the game, even though the kill count is even, Radiant is leading by 3k.
Radiant's bottom tower's got problems.
A lot of it does come from the Invoker's Midas, so I understand that a lot of the lead comes from the Invoker's Midas, but it's still a lead. It's still an item progression. It's still gold in the bank. And the Radiant have smoked bottom. They are looking to get the tower maybe, or somebody, or anybody who's defending the tower right now is probably dead. The smoke does end. They don't have a smoke right now. They're not smoked out.
Dire's bottom tower is being
The
chipped
Earthshaker
away.
has his Echo Slam now and a blink. I don't think the Dire know about this though. They are coming. Are they going to try and defend the tower? They will. They have the Slarda and the Pudge showing. They don't have the support showing, so they. But I'm pretty sure the Radiant know that the supports are right behind. Okay, and they see the Slarda. I think the Slarda is in no man's land right now. He does get the blink off. That was a really cool blink, but straight into the Invoker, and this is the Echo Slam only on one hero, but the Disruptor ult on the Pudge stops his ult. Stops the hook. He still gets to use his ult. He did not use it already, but it doesn't matter. He's dead, and that's a chrono coming in. The Sven's dead, but the hero was glimpsed back. Void was glimpsed back by the Disruptor. Really cool play. And what is our hero gonna do? He is They are trying to right click the invoker down. He's probably gonna die for this. He does, and they turn on the disruptor. The disruptor is dead too. There's a 5-man wipe for the Dire, and the gold lead has dropped significantly now. And I think this is a free tower for them too. Radiant wants to probably come down and defend it, but they might, given that they're glyphing it, they might want to defend it. The Dire are actually not committing for the tower. The Earthshaker is back here, so they don't even get a tower out of this.
Time is money.
Okay, so not a lot of things happening. Now, what are the next choice of items? Slarda wants to go for the halberd. Invoker still on the scepter. We already have a Crystallis Echo Saber on the Sven, who's going for a blink next. The Pudge still working on his axe. He's just 200 gold away, so maybe in like one creep wave he's gonna have it. The Ogre's still going for his 4 staff. Sand King already has a blink. He's working on the Yules. He's 600 gold, not even 600 gold, he's like 300 gold away from it. And the Chakiro already has a Glimmer. The Earthshaker now wants a shard, which obviously we know that's a really good pick on that hero. He is going to get a haste rune as well. And the position 5 disruptor for the Radiant is less than 100 or just 100 gold shy of his 4 staff. So some major team fighting items coming for both the sides right now. The Void knows that he needs to have his BKB on, otherwise he'll get glimpsed, controlled. So he's straight up rushing the BKB. He's also 100 gold away from his BKB right now. That's also one lane, that's all he needs. The Radiant probably see the BKB coming as well if they look at his inventory, which they will once he shows up. Yes, Val agrees. Val agrees, boys. Val is my dog, by the way. She agrees. Okay, the Dire pinging Roshan. Maybe you want to take it. Is Chrono up? Yeah, it is up. Maybe they want to go in. The BKB is coming for the Void as well. He's probably going to show it on this creep wave that he already has a BKB. So that's probably not going to work out. Or maybe it will. Who knows? But he has shown that he has a BKB. The Radiant probably have an eye. Probably should have clicked him and know that they have it. He has it. And what is the plan for the Dire or the Radiant now? Are they smoking? No. Are they waiting on smoking? They probably are. The Disruptor already has 2 smokes. The Sven still working on his... Oh, he changed his inventory. He's going for a Silver Edge instead of a Blink. He probably wants to break the Void or the Pudge. Or the Slardar, who's... Look at him go. Look at him go. Slithering through the river. But the Dire's slowly moving towards the bottom tower. They're finally congregating on that piece of tower that they have not been able to take for the longest time. It's 24 minutes into the game and they have not been able to take that T1 tower on the safe lane. And they're just standing there. They don't want to commit to it, so they are just farming on the Void. The defense of the tower for the bottom for the Dire rests on the shoulder of the Pudge and the Ogre. And that's a revelation of the Pudge Axe as well. So it's night time. I think this is when they do want to go. Does the They don't have anything special coming on them right now. The Void doesn't even have anything queued. Are they waiting for an item? Maybe they're waiting for the halberd on the Slardar. But the Radiant know that this is coming. There are 4 people waiting. The Sven, while the Sven's farming. And when it comes to net worth, the Sven, who did not have that good of a lane, is now leading the net worth charts, ahead of a Midas Invoker. That's how balanced that hero is. And that's a BKB used for the Void. There is nothing much that we can do, but the separation from the Earthshaker, that was amazing. It still does not save the Invoker, but that was a really good attempt. The force from the Disruptor and the Glimpse back means that he's not gonna fall to the Slardar as well, but he might fall to the Void. That was a really good initiation. The Earthshaker still has his Blink and his Echo. He's probably waiting for his chance, but I don't think this team wants to defend that tower with him.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Interesting to see that the Radiants actually tried to defend that tower, stood around there trying to defend that tower, but that one BKB chrono from the Void changed everything.
Not much good's happening to Radiant's bottom tower.
Oh, the Sven changed his inventory again and he's gone for the Blink instead of the Silver Edge. The Axe is ready for the Invoker, but he has no Spirit Vessel charges and he is 200 gold shy of his Boots of Travel. So he's going for that. He wants to keep on running away and running into them as fast as he can. And it's 5-man for the Dire top again, but this time there is no chrono for the next 40 seconds. The Radiant probably see this coming. They know that that is the next objective that they'll go for, and that's a straight up hook for the Invoker. He's gonna get stunned. The Invoker still dies for this. That was a really great ult by the Disruptor. Really good glimpse as well. The Sven is going around killing the backlines, but and maybe they find the Sven. They do not find the Sven. The Sven just gets to blink out. And they are going to get this tower. They're going to start hitting this tower. They're probably getting it because Radiant lost 3 heroes in that. And this was a really good fight for the Dire again. And without a chrono. The next fight they're going to have a chrono. They're going to use it. The Dire are like, you know what? We don't want the top tower. You can keep it.
Money.
Interesting that there's an Invis rune on the Slardar. The Sand King is farming top. He has his use. He's going for the Lotus Orb next. What's the Disruptor going for? He's going for the Ether Length. The Shard on the... Oh, so the Earthshaker cancelled his plan for making the Shard and is going for a 4-staff instead. The Invoker has his bots, going for an Aeon Disc next. The Dire smoke and they have a courier coming, so the Void does reveal his position. Now, does the Invoker read this well? Does he know that there are heroes out there? I think he does. He knows. I think he knows that they're there. He's playing it really safe. There's 3 heroes for the Radiant in the mid. They are readying themselves for a smoke gank as well because they do not see any hero except the Void and now the Pudge. And well, now everyone basically on the map. But a smoke gank successfully avoided by the Radiant.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And what is the this Void is going for a Sanjin Yasha. He already has it on the courier. The Invoker is working on his Aeon Disc. I don't think there has been a lot of change in the items. The starter finally has his Halberd and is working towards his BKB now. What is our position 1 Jakiro working on? He is working on the 4 stuff. But none of the teams seem to be interested in Roshan or pushing right now, even though Void has a Chrono. I think they just want to outfarm the opponents. The Void just wants to outfarm the opponent, which is really hard to do when the opponent is a Sven. And the Sven reads their positioning really well. He has his BKB. But the Dire have at least 3 abilities that go through BKB. So let's see how much dividend that BKB pays off for this one. And now the Earthshaker already has his 4 staff. They read that they see the Slardar coming. He jumps in. They see the Disruptor. The Slardar's going in, and do the Radiant want to fight this? Do they want to save their mid tower? The Stardust is walking, the Disruptor is dead right away, and the Sven uses his ult on Godsend. He blinks on the Void. The Cataclysm is used, but they don't die on this, and the Sven's probably going to die for this. He does! On the side, the Sand King has used his ult and a Sandstorm, but they are caught in the Ice Path. And Macropyre. I think he might survive this, but they don't have any vision on them. Meanwhile, the Invoker dies on the side. Sand King is the only survivor, and Dire lose just the Pudge. A really great fight for the Dire. Again, 8k XP change and a 2k gold lead for them. However much the Sven may be farming, it's really not paying that much dividends against the Chrono or anything. And now the Dire want to go for Roshan. They have a Slardar and Void. So the Rosh is going to be really easy for them. It's going to die really fast with all the bashes. What is okay? So now that they've won, what is their item choice? Now the Slardar still going for his BKB. The Sanjin Yasha, after the Sanjin Yasha, Void's going for the Crystallis. He wants to add more damage. He believes he has survivability. He wants to add more damage. The Jakiro 4 stuff, he has the gold for it. He has bought it. There we go. The Invoker's going for an Aeon Disc, which will make him hard to kill once he gets into the Chrono. But I don't know how much he'll survive all the burst of damage that the Dire bring, even with his Aeon Disc. They are TPing bot on the. They're TPing bot as 5. They want to fight. They know that the Invoker's here, but they don't know that his entire team is here as well. The Void has TP'd. They do not have a Chrono, but the Void does have his Aegis. It's 27 seconds for the Chrono, and the Slardar's walking in like the Menchi is, and it's a fight avoided. It's a fight avoided. That's all. So Dire are doing a really good job of just not letting Radiant farm their own jungle. Even if they see one hero, they just TP all 5. Say, you know, this area is ours. You don't get to do anything here. I think this is an easy tier 2 for the Dire. They don't even, the Radiant are not even making any efforts to even protect it or save it. So this is an easy tier 2.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Not much good's happening.
Okay. What's the plan for the Radiant next? Do they make the Dire? Sorry, what's the plan for the Dire next? Do they make the Radiant respond to T3s? Of course they are. You see the Earthshaker TP, the Disruptor is already in base. What's happening bot? There's the TP from the Sand King. The Sven and Invoker, they're still pushing out top. They still don't want to come back, I think. But they will have to. There's the hook on the Pudge. The hook's been missed. The Sand King, the Sandstorm is really annoying. Especially with the 1+150 Sandstorm radius. The Invoker's TPing as well, and the Sven's walking here.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
That's a BKB used on the Slardar. The Void does have his chrono. The Disruptor has to be really good about catching the Void and everyone. Even then, if he doesn't have his Ags, the BKB will still go off for the Void, and I don't think they will do anything about it. And the fight has begun. That they glimpse the Slardar out. They just want to defend. They don't want to engage into this Aegis. They don't want to give Dire the fight that the Dire are looking for. And there's the chrono straight up. But they earned his procs on the Invoker and they go for the Sand King. The Sand King's dead for this. Pudge goes in with the BKB. He is going straight for the Earthshaker. On the backlines, Sven does get the Void. He does pop the Aegis. The Pudge is dead again. He was way too in deep. And the Void is probably dead for this. Oh, yes, he is. That was a really good defense by the Radiant. That was amazing. And this is a 5-man team wipe after the Dire had gotten their Aegis. And they just lose the Sand King for this. This was really good for the Radiant. It was a 13k XP change and a 14k damage done with 3k gold lead. And the Dire and the Radiant are back to leading again. And there's a buyback on the Ogre because the Invoker is pushing the top tower. The Invoker is being really annoying. And there's a chance he actually might be able to kill the Ogre here if he goes in 2D, but he is not. He's focusing on the objectives. And there's a buyback on the Pudge as well.
Last long.
Well, and the Tornado. Oh, the Ogre almost dies. Wait, there was a missed hook on the Pudge, but the Slardar gets the Invoker.
Dire's top there.
But the Invoker does have a buyback again. The Pudge and the Ogre do not. And all this while, the Sven was farming the Dire's jungle,
Dire's bottom tower needs some help.
and they are gonna lose their T1 for this.
Dire's bottom tower always did.
So there was a
for
really
Sven.
good fight for the Radiant. You would have thought with Aegis, the Dire had the advantage, but they did not. And every minute, the Radiant gold just increases, their net worth increases, their gains increase. Oh, is it a dead Sand King? It's probably a dead Sand King. Oh, he's stunned, he's used, and he's dead. The Earthshaker has been doing a really good job of cancelling the Pudge ult, but no, when it's your time, you go. But now that with 2 heroes dead, the Radiant are in their base, all 3 of them, and the Dire can do whatever they want with the Radiant jungle. And they are just farming it out. The Void is actually farming out the bottom part of it, which is interesting. Instead of going for the Ancients, he's farming the bottom, but he is there. There they go. They see the Invoker. He's TP top. They want to go for the Invoker. Straight up. The Void is going for a deadless now. The Slardar has his BKB. He has 1900 gold in the bank. He has not bought anything yet though.
Look at that. Radiant's
And they see the Invoker. The Invoker heals himself with the Midas, but they still. Oh, the Slardar has been carrying dust. This is not how they wanted it to work. But there's the BKB. They start chasing after the Invoker. The Invoker is probably gonna have Ghost Walk in 4 seconds. They don't have the dust for him, but have they? Oh, they do reveal him with the Slardar ult, and this is probably a dead Invoker. Yeah, this is a dead Invoker, and the Disruptor somehow TPs out, but that was a really bold move by the Invoker, going in, getting that Midas creep, but he dies for it. And this is a top T2 for the Dire. Which again, they're not even trying to hit towers. I mean, they're waiting for the creep wave, obviously, I'm just saying. Okay, are they going to commit for the T2? They don't. They just want to farm stuff out. They just want to farm their jungle out. Or they want both of those waves pushing in. That's right. That's actually a really good call. Whoever made that. And the deadlist for the
Top tower is under attack.
Void is ready. Top tower and mid tower are pushing in, but
Use some help.
I do not know if they'll be able to get both. They might be able to get one of them, but right now with the Sandstorm, Sand King, Sandstorm, it's just
Take this abuse?
annoying to play against that hero. And he just refreshes the Sandstorm and goes and stands in the back.
Radiant's middle tower could use some
But
help.
now they will lose the tower.
Where did Radiant's middle
They had to.
tower go?
You have to spend so many resources for this hero. It's insane. It's a really good offlane. And tier 3 items coming out. We have a ninja gear. The Sven's, even though he's been sitting in the base, he's not taken a hit on his net worth. And now that he gets to go out, he's gonna farm. They're gonna get some tier
Radiant's top
3
tower
items for
is a lot
themselves.
better.
What are tier 3 items for available? Right now the Radiant has the Stormcrafter, Timeless, Relic and Flicker. They need 2 more.
Just as much help as Radiant's top tower has
And the Dire have all 5. And there's another pause.
अरे कास्ट मागे चालू है.
Yeah, like the idea is to have a delay.
I'm fine with waiting and all, but
Where did
let's
you
go!
And oh, that is a missed hook. That was a really cool blink out by the
Dire's
Earthshaker.
bottom tower is
And
being chipped away.
they see the Invoker, and as soon as they see the Invoker, there's 5 men start gunning for him, running towards him. But the Invoker sees them take the outpost, so he's gonna be playing safe. The Void has his Chrono, and what is his choice? He has 3,000 gold in the bank. We still don't know what his item choice is gonna be. The Invoker is going for a Scythe. He already has the gold for a Scythe. He probably doesn't have a buyback plus the Scythe, so he's waiting for his buyback, I think. Yeah, he's waiting for his buyback. What is our friend the Sven doing? The Sven is going for a Swift Blink next. Yes. The Disruptor has his axe, so that is actually a really cool item. If he gets the Void into it, the Void won't be able to use his BKB, and without the BKB the Void dies so easily. There's a Lotus Orb on the Sand King. He's been there for a long time. And the Earthshaker has an Aeon Disc too, and they're going for the Rosh again. Do they see it? They have not pinged it out yet. But the Dire Radiant have smoke towards it. They do see that. They do see the Pudge illusion. Now they know that the Aegis is gone. And what do? They'll just clear the waves and they're going to go back to their base. Which is not actually a bad start. In the last fight, they did lose. The Dire did lose the fight when the Radiant just defended high ground.
Dire's top barracks are under attack.
Invoker's on the top being annoying again. He has his scythe. He has the gold for his scythe. He's had that for a long time. I just don't know when he's going to buy it. The Pudge has a pipe and he has a Ghost Scepter and a BKB as well. What is he going for next? Maybe he wants to finish it. Maybe go for an E-Blade all the way through. There's a Scythe coming on the Ogre as well. It's going to be fun to watch. You see, like there's a chance that 2-3 heroes will just get side. Oh, that was a really bad call by the Sven. He does have. Oh, he dies for it. You hate to see that. That was a really good blink out by the team. That was a real quick, easy disengage by the Radiant. But the Sven is dead for 89 seconds. He does have buyback. He can buy back. The Invoker is cutting the creep waves behind. The Dire has one wave there though, but with the Sand King, that's probably not going to stay there for a long period of time. The Sand King dispels at us with the Yule Scepter, but he is still pulled back. He gets the Sun out, and there's a 3-man silence on by the Disruptor on the Dire. There's a buyback from the Sven. There's an Echo Slam with the Cataclysm. There's, oh my God, that was the combo we were waiting for. The Slardar goes in, but the Void doesn't have a Chrono, and that was actually a really good disengage by the Dire after losing 2 heroes. They do see the Void. He does not get stunned. That was so close. They see the Slardar making his way back. The Void does not have his Chrono. But with Jakiro, they should probably be able to defend the high ground. Yes, the Jakiro stays alive as well. He's not getting caught. And now it's just 4-man barreling down the mid lane by the Radiant. They have
Dire's
smoke.
middle tower isn't going to last long.
The problem here is they don't have any of their ultimates as well. So taking a full-on team fight on the Dire high ground, probably not a smart choice. And they expect the Void Chrono to be back soon. That's a really good call by the Radiant to just farm the jungle out and walk back, but they didn't actually farm the entire jungle, just farm something. Oh, there was a stack here, they missed the stack. But they're focusing on the outpost more. I think the outpost is important as well. They're getting all that XP, giving away all that XP to the Dire for free. But at 47 minutes into the game, with a 34-26 kill count, 1k gold lead for one side, it's still anybody's game. I mean, almost at this point you expect the game to be decided, or not decided, at least close to being decided for one side or the other, but still anybody's game. And when it comes to buyback, only the Sven doesn't have his. I mean, the others don't have it, but it's just virtue of gold, not because of timing. So if they kill the Sven now in the next 6 minutes, they have opened themselves a really good window. Sorry for that misclick. And the Invoker has a scythe. He does have his gold for the Refresher Orb. If you look at it, when you go to the net worths, the Invoker is actually now ahead of the Sven. It's still 200 gold. You would think that's not a lot, but you know, at this point in the game, it does count for something. And the Void's just walking in with his ninja gear, and this is a dead.
Dire's bottom tower
Is this a dead Void? It is a dead Void. He probably didn't. Oh, it's not. He has his Chrono, and they are going to get the Invoker in it, but he has his Aeon Disc popped. He's probably still going to die for it. And this is a 4-man wipe for the Radiant, for the Dire. Triple kill for the Void. And the Invoker, Sand King, and Earthshaker all have bought back for this. The Void is turning around. He's going. He does not want the Invoker to take his lane away, so he is going to save his creep wave. So you have a creep wave coming towards the mid tower as well. You do not have a buyback on your Sven for the next 92 seconds, so he's not coming for a long time. The Disruptor is, and the Disruptor has his ult too. You don't have an Earthshaker ult. You do not even have a Sand King ult, but you probably lose at least a tower and a Rax for this, I would have to believe. Yes, that's pretty much it. They do glyph the wave. So they do glyph their towers, and the Invoker's there cutting the wave. So the backdoor is gonna kick in any moment now. Any moment now.
barracks have fallen.
Any moment now. And there we go. Right the third time. Third time's a charm, but they still take it through the back door.
Tower is under attack.
They're getting towers through back doors. That is saying something. That's the amount of damage that Dire has right now.
Their bottom barracks fall. Radiant's bottom barracks have
The
fallen.
Invokers not yet away. He uses the Cataclysm, the Sand King's Cataclysm. The Void is dead. The Disruptor buys back. There are 4 heroes still alive on the Dire side, but without their Void, I don't think they want to fight this. But they are still hitting the ranks. I don't think you're gonna get this, boys. This is probably a dead Pudge. But the Disruptor loses buyback. The Sven's coming back in a second. The Slardar dies too. This is probably a dead Jakiro. Yeah, it's a dead Jakiro with the Sven there. And this did not turn out the way Dire thought it was gonna. But they are the ones with the buyback. They do have buybacks now. They can buy back. They do have Chrono. So should the Radiant choose to go high ground, they can defend it. Rosh is not going to be. Rosh will spawn in 30 seconds. This is so close to getting Rosh. They're gonna go look into it. But they don't know they're so close to getting Rosh. It's 20 seconds.
Dire's structures are fortified.
Radiant is barreling top. Okay, the combo did not fit well, and hence, oh, there is a wasted BKB on the Void. That was hasty, and now they don't have a BKB for the fight. But the Sand King is dead. He does not have a buyback. Right now, is there any hero with a buyback? Though there is the Ogre. Except the Ogre, nobody has a buyback. And Rosh is up, or Rosh will respawn in a minute half. Minute and a half. Sorry, my bad. Okay. The Radiant knows there's a ward there. So the Dire knows there's a ward there now. So it's anybody's game now again, because if either side dies without a buyback, it's game over. What are the Sven's choice of items? He's going for a Satanic now. The Disruptor is going for an Aeon Disc. No item progression per se on the Earthshaker, who's probably saving for his buyback, which no, he doesn't even have one. So. The Invoker is going for an Octarine Core. He already has it.
As was owed.
He's just not getting his courier sent to him, because he does not want. I think this is a dead Void courier if the Invoker sees it. He does see it, and it's dead.
Ooh, Dire's courier got
That
killed.
was his
Those
Satanic.
things aren't cheap, you know.
He sees the Invoker there now. They're not going for him. And everybody is in their base. Everybody on the Radiant is in their base. They're so afraid of going out of the on the Dire. It's only Invoker who's pushing waves out, who's getting a lot of things done. He's actually held the game in place for a long time. The top tower and the barracks that he took, that has been paid dividends for the Radiant. And I don't know whether the Dire see that Rosh is up. If one of them goes in to check it, they will know that it's up, and they take it really fast, and I think they're walking in. Yes, they are. And they're going for it. The Radiant does not know, or Slash does not. Oh, they do know now. They did scan. The Invoker's here to disrupt it, but his entire team is on the other side. Will we see a steal? We won't, because the Rosh died even before we could do anything. And there's a gem on the deck for the Dire. There's an E-Blade on the Pudge now. The Void is still farming. They're not gonna have buybacks for a long time. I'm pretty sure the Sven buyback must be in soon though. It is. The Sven already has his buyback. Oh, they see the Invoker. This Invoker has done so much to keep his team in the game. But they do have a wave coming in anyway. So do they push top tower? They smoke again, but they don't need to worry about the void. He already has a ninja gear in 30 seconds. He's probably going to be hitting the towers anyway, so how's he going to be able to smoke? But we are ready for an engagement now. The Invoker's pushing out bot. He already has a TP back. Oh, they get a DD on the void. This is going to be the fight. It's probably going to be the make or break fight. There's a BKB activated on the Pudge, and the Sven dies right away.
Radiant's top tower.
He has the buyback. He will have to buyback if they want to defend. He does.
Radiant fortified their structure.
But now that is a buyback gone on the Sven, the Radiant smoke behind their T-Force. But that was a really cool move by the Pudge.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
And the Slardar's in, but does he have his BKB? No, his BKB is still on cooldown. He's in. He's making so much happen. He's actually zoning the entire Radiant team away. And they have a Sand King who's dead. Who has a buyback now again? The Sand King's bought back.
Radiant's top barracks.
The Radiant still have their Echo Slam. There's the Echo Slam. There it comes. The Void's dead. The Sven's been Lotus off, but the Sven is dead. The Invoker is probably dead here as well. Oh, he survives, but the Sand King's dead. Yeah, this is a GG. And this actually goes to a game 3, believe it or not. So apparently a caster's curse does not work when I don't know when it works, when it doesn't.
Middle tower.
But this was a really well fought out game. The Dire showing a lot of sense of life in this game, and they have come back. And we are going to a game 3. As you all want to. Why don't you want to? Why don't you want that? The stream's on for the next 15 minutes, but you can still talk. I don't mind. How much break do we have? Stream will stream on 15.
5 minutes का break है guys.
ठीक है फाइटर ठीक है
हाँ ब्रो